The brain chemistry that drives the addict to seek pleasure beyond the point of satiety is similar, whether the user favors Jack Daniels or Jack in the Box.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Carnivore Quest. Larry here. We're 6 days deep into our 1-2-3 June weight loss challenge. Today is June 6th, and I wanted to give you guys a little update on how my challenge has been going so far. When Cass and I sat down and recorded that video for June 1st, I had a little outline on note cards, just to make sure we hit every point we wanted to. Well, one of the notes had fallen on the floor, and it was what we were eating for the month, which is pretty important, right? I mean, we usually specify if we're going to do the BBBE challenge or whatever we're going to do. So in today's video, I'm definitely going to go over what I'm eating on the days I'm not fasting and give you a little update so far on the last 6 days. Just real briefly, for those that don't know what I'm doing as far as fasting, I'm fasting every Saturday, Sunday, and Monday for the month of June. Kind of like what I did back in March. So I started the challenge, with a 3-day fast on June 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And I got to tell you guys what I went through. I'll get to that, but it was brutal. And for reasons you might not expect, but we'll get to that. Anyway, first, I got a little mental clarity trivia for you. In the 1985 movie classic, Back to the Future, what actor was originally cast as Marty McFly but was replaced by Michael J. Fox after a month of filming, leading to multiple reshoots? Was it A, Sean Penn, B, John Cryer, C, Ralph Macchio, or D, Eric Stoltz? Now you know the rules, gang. There's no Googling. Put your guess down in the comments, and I'll let you know here in a few minutes if you were right. Can you imagine somebody else other than Michael J. Fox playing Marty McFly?
No!
For our subscribers who are a little out of the loop, maybe haven't seen a video of ours in a month or two, and new viewers, in the last 60 days, I had gained about 20 pounds. And that was from consuming a ton of heavy cream and also eating a ton of blue cheese dressing. I was like, what, Larry? How'd you gain 20 pounds doing that? But, as always, I got on the channel and I reported exactly what I was doing. And, it is what it is. For those interested, I'll put that video at the end too, explaining how, I fell into that situation. And I tell you, I was consuming a lot of cream. I consumed more heavy whipping cream in about a 40-day period than I have probably on my entire carnivore diet journey. Anyway, let's get on to my fast I started the challenge with. Usually on the 3rd day, I have a real hard time, with the hunger pains. Anybody who's done a 3-day fast, I'm a little hungry on day 1, day 2, but day 3 really hits me hard. But I gotta tell you, this time around, day 3, which was Monday, I wasn't really bothered by the hunger. What was killing me all 3 days was almost like a withdrawal from the heavy whipping cream. It was insane. I mean, for those of you who know about addiction, the term white knuckling it. I was white knuckling it, man. I almost gave in a couple times. I actually talked to Sean White, the intentional carnivore, about this on the phone a few days ago, about falling back into old habits. And I've never really been addicted to cream. It's never really been a huge problem for me. It was for Cassie. Those of you who know what happened, it's pretty crazy, that habit I got into every day. And I really had a hard time giving it up. Now, after that 3rd day of fasting, it really lessened quite a bit because by then I was ready to eat. Once I got some food in me, the next couple days, the heavy cream was kind of like a distant memory, my frustration with myself really went up a level when I was fasting, and I was really struggling saying no to the heavy cream. There were a couple times, man, I wanted to drive down to the store, get some heavy cream, throw up my coffee. It even crossed my mind to get one of those lattes from Starbucks, but I didn't. I kind of shuffled that out of my mind real quick. They have so many calories, but brutal, right? Those of you who have struggled with cream before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But, I was consuming copious amounts of it in April and May, April and part of May. It really got a hold of me. So I feel like I'm on solid ground now when it comes to heavy whipping cream. Semi-solid. I'm still having, a few cravings, but I know they'll go away, in maybe another week completely. Cassie's killing it. She's still not having any cream and doing great. Both of us planned on not having any cream for the entire month, whether we were fasting, or consuming food. But as far as my fasting day goes, I wake up, I have 1 to 2 cups of instant coffee. I actually found Senka. I posted about it in our community on Facebook. You guys ever remember Senka? My mom had Senka in the cupboard when I was a kid. And it's like they use Folgers every day, but she had that Senka instant coffee up there. I don't know, for like an emergency or, company would come over. I don't know. But I actually picked it up, and that's what I've been using when I've been fasting, because that way I don't have to make a half a pot of coffee. I just put a little Senka in there, and I either have 1 or 2 cups. And I've been attempting to drink 2 gallons of water a day. I really haven't been able to. I'm comfortable with 1.5 gallons of water a day, roughly, during my fasting. Longtime viewers know sometimes I forget to get enough water while I'm fasting. So I decided to get 2 big gallon jugs and just drink out of those. I haven't finished both jugs in one day. The most I finished is about 1.5 gallons, because I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to force the water, down my throat. So I got past the first fast of the month. Not too many problems other than jonesing for that heavy cream. A lot of people in our Facebook community have reached out to me and asked about fasting specifically. What breaks a fast? Can I have a little heavy cream in my coffee if I'm doing a 2-day fast, like in the morning? Technically, anything with calories will break your fast. Even coffee has like 4 to 5 calories for a black cup of coffee. But I have never heard like Dr. Jason Fung or anybody, when it comes to fasting, say you can't have black coffee. It's not enough to break your fast. And some doctors also say that a little heavy cream, won't break your fast. To me, if you're going to go through the pain of the 1, 2, or 3 days of fasting, I don't want to take the chance of a little heavy cream bumping up my insulin and breaking the fast, and I'm getting plenty of water throughout the day, like I said. But remember, it's also important to get your electrolytes. And that's why I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Elements. Elements, a delicious electrolyte drink mix that comes in convenient single-serving packets. Whether you're on a carnivore diet or a ketogenic diet, it's extremely important to keep up with your daily electrolytes to avoid fatigue, headaches, and muscle cramps. Elements got you covered because each packet contains 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. During our weight loss challenge this month, the days I'm eating, I enjoy either Elements grapefruit salt or raspberry salt. But on my fasting days, I use 2 packets of Elements raw unflavored. And even though I might be pretty hungry on that 3rd day, Element keeps me hydrated and feeling awesome. As always, Element's offering our viewers a free sample pack with any drink mix order. That's 8 free single serving packets with any Element drink mix order. It's a perfect way to try 8 of Element's delicious flavors before your next order. You can have Element delivered right to your home using our link below at drinkelement.com/Carnivore Quest. This is the perfect way to get the quality electrolytes you need and support our channel at the same time. So head on down to drinklmnt.com/Carnivore Quest and get yours today. And don't forget to check out the new Element Sparkling, an amazing electrolyte sparkling water that comes in these 16-ounce cans. Thanks again, Element, for sponsoring today's video. Since I'm eating today, I'm actually enjoying one of those cans right now. And speaking of eating, I can't believe Cassie and I did not go over, what we were actually consuming nutrition-wise this month. Forgot to go over this in our June 1st video, and we're pretty much doing the same thing. Now, she's only fasting on her off days, which will vary from week to week, and a maximum of 2 days. I am fasting, like I said earlier in this video, Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays. For the entire month. I'll put the chart up right here I made for the month of June, and you can see what I'm doing. And for those of you who know what I did in the month of March, this is pretty much basically the exact same thing. So I fast for 3 days. Then on the 4th day, I break that fast with some bone broth, around lunchtime. And then in the evening, I have some bone broth with a couple eggs dropped in it. That carnivore egg drop soup, which is phenomenal. But as far as my actual eating days, I'm doing the same thing as I did in March. I'm eating one huge meal a day around 1 to 2 p.m., somewhere in there. And This week, I actually picked up it was 5.5 pounds of chuck roast. That 5.5 pounds will do me over the course of the 3 days. Now, today's June 6th, and along with that chuck roast, I'm also consuming 12 eggs in that 3-day period. So, say I have 2 pounds of chuck roast, and then I'll have, 4 eggs to go along with it. It's a huge meal, man. And there was one day I couldn't finish it all. There was a little bit left. I gave it to the dogs. But like I did in the month of March, I want to really try and push, the amount I eat till I'm just past comfortably stuffed. And this worked wonders for me, guys, back in March. I got down to my lowest weight on the carnivore diet, well below 100-pound weight loss. Yeah, I was pretty jazzed about that. So this month I'm doing the BBB challenge plus C. Now, longtime viewers remember when Cassie did the BBB challenge plus C, she meant plus cream.
I'm also going to be doing strict BBBE plus C.
Plus C.
Plus C, cream.
What I'm talking about is plus chicken, because our food line locally has been having killer sales on chicken thighs. In April it was chicken wings. Now the chicken thighs, I saw them the other day for 99 cents. I bought like 3 packs, threw them in the freezer. But the majority of my nutrition is going to come from beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. Like I said, this week is just pretty much chuck roast and eggs. And Cassie's going to do the same thing. It's, a lot of times throughout the year, those chicken thighs, $1.89 a pound. I've even seen them just over $2 a pound. And when you can catch them for 99 cents, bam, pick them up. So I won't be eating a whole lot of chicken. I found that in March when I was doing this exact, fasting system, I didn't crave a lot of chicken. So that's a good thing too, because in April, those of you know, I ate 100 pounds roughly of chicken wings. Again, caught a good sale and kind of went off the rails with the chicken wings. And speaking of, April and May, I really want to thank all of you who encouraged me over those, couple videos where I was reporting to you what I was doing. Way back when we started our channel and I gained that 80 pounds while we were on YouTube, that was tough to come back on camera. And, it wasn't that tough this time around to come on and report to you what I was doing, but it was still hard. And I was getting down on myself, isolating just a little bit. And you know how it is. You're not in ketosis for whatever reason. That depression can start sinking in. And when I got on the scale that second time and I saw I was about 20 pounds weight gain, I got pretty bummed. I had no problem coming on here and telling you guys, but just for my journey, I was a little bummed out. That's for sure. But after reporting that to you, the comment section was just filled with encouragement, love, support, rooting me on, and it meant the world to me. We can't answer every single comment. We stopped doing that when we hit about 35,000 subscribers, but we still read each and every one of them. When I'm out door dashing and I'm in between orders, I read them all. When we release a video or I catch up later on. And Cassie, she's even in the comment section more than me. So we never miss one. That's why if you ever have any questions for us or the community, you can always put them down in the comments, and we usually get to every single question. So don't be afraid to ask. Cassie and I talked in that last live stream, which I turned into a short, talking about how one negative comment can stick in your mind. And we had a couple in that video where I reported I gained weight. I didn't pay him any attention because all of you really just showered me with encouragement. And I just can't tell you guys, I'm not just saying this, how big of a deal that was to me. It really lifted me up and, all right, Berquist, time to brush off the dust, get back up and let's go. And I really appreciate that. We're not like normal channels, man. This is a Carnivore Quest. Cassie and I didn't set up a time frame, for how fast we're going to lose this weight. So, I'm almost at 100-pound weight loss and Cassie's at 80 pounds. Not bad, but, we can still definitely get discouraged. And, just like all of you, so many people in our Facebook group or our YouTube comments go through the same thing. And that's why our audience rocks, because we got that connection. And again, thank you very much. There's been times, like with Cassie's cancer situation, when we were worried. You guys are there for us. Every situation we've come across in the past 2.5 years. Our warriors, the people that watch all our videos, always there encouraging us. And I really appreciate that. It's probably the most incredible thing about our YouTube channel. Now, I got on the scale a couple hours ago. I'm going to let you guys know if I lost any weight here in the first 6 days of the challenge. You probably figured I did, right? I did quite a bit of urinating. One day it seemed like I was in the bathroom from the time I woke up to the time I went to bed. That's what we call the big flush, right? And that was actually on day 4. So I did the 3 days of fasting, and then boom, the floodgates opened. And, on day 2 and 3 of the fast, I started urinating a little more, but man, on that 4th day right before I started eating, and that's when it's like you're releasing all that inflammation. Yeah, I was pretty happy about that. It always happens. I knew it was coming. It's the great drain, we call it. Because I'm telling you, all that cream I was consuming, I was just so inflamed, and I still am. I still got some inflammation, but not like I was, 6-7 days ago. I was pretty miserable when we did that weigh-in video. My neck was back to hurting. I turn it like that. And yeah, I got an update on that competition that Cassie's in, Favorite Chef. She got first place in round 1. And she's in first place right now in round 2. And she told me that she believes there's 6 or 7 rounds. Round 1 was 10 days of voting. Round 2 is 7 days. Round 3, I don't know, maybe 5 days. So really appreciate everyone who's voted for your favorite chef. I'll put that link down in our description as well. All you do is click it, and it'll ask you to log into Facebook, and you'll be able to cast a free vote for Cassie. And if you've already casted a vote and you click that link, you don't have to sign back in. As long as you're on the same device, it'll remember you, which makes it easier. At first, I was like, man, I'm going to have to sign into Facebook, every time I want to vote. But you don't have to. So she's currently in first place, and both of us want to thank you so much. We've been putting out those community posts to remind you guys, those of you who are voting and want to vote, and a lot of people are like, oh, I'm glad you put this out. We forgot to vote. So I really appreciate you guys. Never know. Maybe she'll get first place and win the grand prize. I'd be so happy for her if that happened. I know you guys would too. So we'll see how it goes. Keep voting. I am every day. I actually forgot one day. I forgot to vote one day, but I don't tell her that. So I got on the scale this afternoon. It was actually a couple hours after I ate, which I know is a no-no, but I was down 4 pounds. So far this challenge. So I'm happy with that. If March repeats itself, I should do a lot better than that. And, we'll come together, see how much weight we can lose as a community. It'd be cool to break that 5,000 pound mark, but, we didn't set a bar this time, so no pressure, right? Anyway, let me give you guys the answer to today's mental clarity trivia. What actor was first cast in the role of Marty McFly in Back to the Future? Well, the answer was D, Eric Stoltz. Eric Stoltz? Yeah, I just can't see anybody else in that role but Michael J. Fox. But everybody else, the other options you had, they all auditioned for that part, along with Johnny Depp. There were a bunch of them, when I Googled it. But classic movie, one of my favorites of all time. I'm sure a lot of you would agree with that. Good fun. I actually watched it with little Larry about 6 months ago. It's always good to revisit a good movie like that. You just don't make them like that anymore, Anyway, gang, I appreciate you stopping in, checking in on me. Be cool if you hit the like button before you bail. And if you're a new viewer, it'd be awesome if you subscribe. Root me and Cassie on, because we will always root for you. Remember, guys, no sugar, no carbs, and no cheating. Later.